Oh my god, hey, it's me, MickeyJoTheatre. I am a theatre content creator here on YouTube, and this year I celebrated my 29th birthday with a weekend full of theatre and theme parks, seeing for the first time if we could do a theme park in the UK and a show in the West End all in one day. Yesterday I went to Legoland and went to go see Operation Mincemeat at the Fortune Theatre. Today it is all about Chessington World of Adventures and Next to Normal at the Wyndham Theatre in the West End. Join me for a day of theme park and theatre. Let's go! We're here, we've made it to Chessington World of Adventures Resort. Okay, so there are two entrances to Chessington World of Adventures. We think we're at the back one by the zoo.
We definitely are.
We definitely are, on account of all of the animals. We have had a journey getting here this morning, let me tell you. First of all, I told everyone last night, and bearing in mind, our Legoland Operation Mincemeat day, if you've seen that vlog, was yesterday. So long day, sleepy day, got back late, and I said we have to leave at 7:30 a.m. I woke up at 7:28.
I did.
Shaun had already left to go ahead of us. Oh my gosh, penguins! Penguins! We interrupt this message to bring you some penguins. Yep, you're getting theme park and zoo today. How lucky are you?
Yeah, there's a sea life as well. With Merlin and sea life.
Look at the penguins! Have a little swim around.
Look at that one, nonchalant.
Yeah. Anyway, so ran to the train, somehow made that train. Then they were like, train's not going for this platform, it's going for the other platform, changed to the other platform, made that train, and then we were like, we're still going to make our bus connection, that's okay. Went to go wait for the bus, we're waiting 5 minutes by the bus, and then we're like, oh, this bus stop is not in use, because there's a diversion, go to the other bus, so we went to the other bus, and then it started to rain, but then we got that bus, then we hit traffic, and we were trying to get rush tickets for our evening show this evening, which is going to be the Pulitzer Prize winning musical Next to Normal at the Wyndham Theatre in the West End, and then we couldn't get rush tickets because we were at a bad signal moment on the bus, but then we got tickets, thanks to TKTS online, and now it's all good. And we're going to enjoy Chessington World of Adventures. Well, I don't remember this, but this is your first look at Chessington here, this big old tree with smoke coming out of it. I don't know what that's about. Get ready for more background theme park music. Where are we? Oh, this is Adventure Point. Oh, they've got off-brand flying Dumbos. Are they flying Elmers? Passing lots of eateries. I feel like we've entered the park in a strange way, and we need to figure out where to get a map and what we want to do first. Because we've just gone past the meet and greet point for the Gruffalo. I'm not ruling that out for the day. I'd love to meet the Gruffalo. Big fan, but I feel like we should start with a ride, you know? Also because it does seem to be, and it's still very quiet around here, but based on like the access line, a little bit busier today. It is actually a weekend today, it's a Saturday. Yesterday was a Friday in term time, technically, so that was very quiet at Legoland. Today I think it's going to be a little bit busier with lots of other people having the same idea of no one else will go to Chessington on the first weekend in September. Turns out, yes they will. This is the vampire ride. So Chessington I have more memories of from childhood. We used to come here more often. My mum and I would do Professor Burp's Bubble Works, which is gone but not forgotten. That's now the Gruffalo River Ride Adventure. Capitalism, it'll get you. And Professor Burp was, he was not aging well. But my dad and my sister, the braver of the family, would do the vampire ride, and you can stand here and it goes past you. Already got a 30-minute line. I think you can get early entry to Chessington as early as 9 a.m. Officially it opens at 10 a.m, but you can buy early entry. So that might be why we're already seeing...
Is this even open?
Well, I don't know. It's already got... Maybe it hasn't officially started... Yeah, I don't know if it opened with early entry. I don't really know enough about this. I'm attempting to dispense wisdom. There was a bird briefly walking on the tracks. Doesn't seem to be in motion, does it? I'm just a man standing in front of the vampire ride, waiting for screaming people to go past. Just waiting for vampires. As you do. I'm willing to wait. Not actually had a moment for breakfast yet, so stopping at Gruffalo Bites, where I'm going to get me one of these donuts. Themed to, I believe, the new Jumanji rides, I think, from the new Jumanji world. Here's my green donut. It says Mandrill Mayhem.
It's the new roller coaster in the Jurassic World section.
Jumanji.
Jumanji. Yeah, Jumanji.
Yes, we're Jumanjiing you today, Shaun. You're going to be Jumanjied.
I don't want to be Jumanji.
You're going to be Jumanjied by Jumanji.
Jurassic World in Universal.
Jumanji means jungle emergency. Yeah, Mandrill Mayhem. I'm going to have a really nice time enjoying this donut because guess how much it was? Guess how much it was? I bet you've guessed too low. It was £7. This was a £7 donut. That is the correct response, Shaun. The baffled laugh. We're at the mercy of Merlin today, as we were yesterday. And that is the name of the game. We're queuing for the Gruffalo River ride, but there are people on the vampire now. There they go. There they go. Having a lovely day. Review of the £7 Mandrill Mayhem donut. Great jam. Lovely jam. Nice icing. Good toppings. The donut itself, horrible. Like, just, it may have, like a loaf of bread that's like, it's just thick and unforgiving. Dense is the word, but not like good dense, not like pound cake dense. Oh, spinning blocks. Yeah. And I would begrudge it less if it was like exceptional, and I'm sad to say it was not exceptional. But I'm gonna enjoy licking this jam off my lips for the next few minutes. Here we go, it's the Gruffalo River ride. Gonna get immersed into a world. Big drop, thrill ride. Woo! Any minute now. Any minute. Whoa! Oh. And awkward pause. Yeah, there we go. And splish splash. Oh, this is already magical. Oh, that's a smell.
Yeah.
At one point, this ride was sponsored by Imperial Leather, back when it used to be Professor Burp's Bubble Works. Giant fox.
I feel like we're the only ones here. I feel like we're the only ones here.
The spinning is slightly psychedelic. Look at that big ass bird. Look at that owl. The seasons have changed. We are spinning a lot.
No one else is.
We're the only boat that's spinning. Are we meant to be spinning? Creepy snake.
Some
Creepy
very
snake.
strange smells.
This is very well done.
Is that Pepper's ghost thing?
That's cool. That's not Pepper's ghost. That's just a screen. He's huge. That's enormous. Okay, we've stopped spinning, but now I'm just going backwards. It's a Gruffalo behind me. Shuffle off to Gruffalo. We are approaching a drop, everybody. Oh, there they go. Everybody smile for the Gruffalo. Quite wet. Oh, that is quite wet. Oh no. Shaun, it's lopsided. Sit there. We are getting slightly wet. Shaun!
It's the way.
This is the bit I remember. This always used to be my favourite part of the ride.
This is fun.
They had more water in here before. It was always very like the last room of Small World. Through the water tunnel. It's pretty. It's pretty. I love that bit. For the benefit of any Americans watching this with curiosity, the Gruffalo, big children's book turned into all sorts of things here in the UK, written by Julia Donaldson, who has various rides at this park based on some of her works of fiction, and these are some of the Gruffalo characters. And you can meet the Gruffalo here at Chessington World of Adventures. We were going to do Vampire while we're here, but it's got a 60-minute queue because it was initially closed and then it reopened, and that's just like kind of backed up the queue a little bit. So we're going to come back and do that later. I quite like the look of the vampire burger that they have. We also haven't seen, as Aeron just pointed out, that much of the park yet, so we're gonna do some more of that. Also, on the subject of the Gruffalo ride, that used to be my favourite theme park ride in the whole world back when it was Professor Burp's Bubble Works. Very nostalgic about that. It needed to be rethemed. I'm not precious about it, but you do still see a remnant here. Miss Bubble Works. Gone, but not forgotten. We're in the queue for a ride called Sea Storm, Shaun is going to watch us like a parent. Here we go. We're on a boat. Whee! Up we go. Oh, it's kind of like Dumbo's with the up and down, but I think it's going to get more intense. Yeah, it gets more intense pretty quick.
You know we spin.
Pretty quick. This is the spinning. We don't spin more than this, do we? Oh, we spin! We spin! Oh, no! Oh, now we're backwards. Oh, God. Oh, okay, this is okay, because we're spinning against the grain. Oh, my barnacles. Oh, I can feel the donut again. Okay. Well, now we're going backwards. It's a very long ride.
Quite long.
I don't think it needs to be this long. Oh my gosh. See, I'd watched people do that ride. I don't think I'd really processed the extent of the spinning. Oh, breakfast nearly came right back. Okay, we just did Trawler Trouble, which is like a mini version of a pirate ship. The big pirate ship is closed. It's over there. It's called Barnacle. But it also spins around. It does this and then it also spins around. And that's what did me in. Too dizzy. I get dizzy. I get dizzy very easily. Also hilarious to me that it ends with... Oh no. That also spins. What's that?
Too much spinning.
Gosh. God, Chessington wants me to throw up today. That's what I'm learning. Yeah, hilarious to me that Trawler Trouble ends with the voiceover being like, try as we might, we couldn't get off this rock. Like, the ride ends and like, oh well, we failed. Which I thought was funny. We've come to the land of the tigers. Where there's a tiger. Who was watching everyone take photos of them as they walk on by. We're doing a shooting ride. I don't know if you can see any of it. Am I winning? Oh, currently I am. The sheer glamour of this ride photo. Deep in concentration. Aeron having a nice time. Shaun focused.
I was in the zone.
It's like Charlie's Angels, isn't it? Also, let it be immortalised in the vlog. Aeron James victorious.
I found that one a lot easier than every other one we've ever done.
You did great. You got like 45,000. Trounced us. I was a close second. Tens of thousands of points behind. But I beat Shaun, so that's okay. Queued for a long time for that one, in part because, I'm going to call this out, they were not loading the ride vehicles effectively. Makes me mad. I like to see efficiency. We got there in the end, and it was all good, and it was a very long ride. You get a lot of shooting time in that one. Was it a little rickety? Yes. Was it a little in need of an update and a little bit of TLC? Yes. It was also spooky. I've never done a shooter that's spooky before, except when I've done this one in the past. We were passing Droppin' Chicken. I'm not optimistic about them having gluten-free options, but the chicken looks good. This is a novelty here at the Smokehouse restaurant. There's little tablets on the table so you can order and pay, and they will bring it to you. Also, you can get tequila shots and cocktails and all sorts of alcoholic beverages. Like, even yes, adults do come to these parks, but they do it to ride roller coasters, so that just doesn't seem advisable. Seems like it's working. It worked! Yay! Food is on the way. Okay, it may have set us back tens upon thousands of pounds, but this is my chicken burger. It's a barbecue chicken burger. It's got coleslaw, it's got barbecue sauce, it's got hash browns, it's got onion rings right there on the top, and curly fries, taking me right back to childhood. Aeron's very excited about his loaded jacket potato and his corn. I'm talking corn. Shaun's gone for the children's jacket potato, specifically because it also came with fish fingers. And he also has corn. Yeah, he got corn. I enjoyed the chicken burger. I did. The level of coleslaw, far too much. Far too much. A wildly gratuitous amount of coleslaw. Even if you'd have to... got the extent to which you would need to love coleslaw to think that that was a rational amount of coleslaw to have in that burger. We've got hooker duck going on over here. We've got, I wish I was better at basketball. I want to win a giant Charmander. I might make Aeron do that for me because it's my birthday and see if he can win me a Charmander. He might be secretly great at basketball. I don't know. Aeron, are you good at basketball? Okay, well that's animals. We're gonna see some more of these animals this afternoon. I can see them. We're gonna do the zoofari in a minute, I think, but also Elma has just started meeting and greeting, and it's probably full of small children, but I want to meet Elma. I'll be really quick, I promise. We're about to meet Elma. I'm very excited. Hi, Elma.
Oh, we've got the colour
It's
blue
nice to
and
meet
the
you.
colour purple, Elma.
We're trying to be coordinated.
Love
Like to
it.
give Elma some high fives.
Oh, I'd love to. High five, Elma.
Oh, look, the rainbow. Look, all of the colours there, Elma.
What a magical childhood throwback that was. I will say,
I think because of how it's set up, it's a very different kind
hold on, I've enabled face track and now I can't. I need you to come very close to my head.
I think it's like, the thing with the UK parks is, I think character meets are definitely not a priority or a focus. Also because there's not that many known characters.
I'm sure this didn't used to happen. I don't remember this happening when I was a child here.
I think it's Disney and then wanting to be able to compete with Disney.
But the setup there with that stage, with the area with the little sign saying the queue open, close, I thought it was really well managed, really well run.
Yeah.
I will say, while preserving the magic, and like cover the ears of your small children while I say this, Elma needs a power wash. I'm putting that right out there. That's really the only thing.
Yeah.
Look, we can see it's a, hold on, that's not zoom. Where is it? There it is. It's a meerkat. Look at that. Yes. We're also, in order to see this meerkat, we're all in
A little tube. It's a little tube.
It looks spacious on the camera. It's not.
It's really very small.
Having to
Let's go.
It's like
duck
a bubble.
to get back down. Okay. Not for the claustrophobic, Darren. Oh. And we're out. There we go. Saw a meerkat. Totally worth it. We found a contented little Sitatunga. Were you in The Lion King? I don't remember your work in The Lion King, but I'm sure you were fantastic. I remember these ones from The Lion King. We found some zebras. We're now on Zoofari. And it's a giraffe.
See, so that we can
It's an entire giraffe just staring us down and chewing. You're having a giraffe, as my father would say. Okay, well, we were just loving Zoofari. Great time. And then it ended. We saw a giraffe and then some scimitar-horned oryx, up close and personal, and then some flamingos over here as well. And then it ended. It was just surprisingly short-lived.
The Disney version of that is a lot longer, I will say.
I think any version of that would be a lot longer. But what it was nice. This, by comparison, just on foot, way closer to the zebras over here, and doesn't have a queue line either. Geese. Zebras and geese. Bonding over being the same colours. Also, this apparently is one of the hotels you can stay at here at Chessington. But obviously, those rooms are all going to have views over the animals. How cool is that? Like Disney's Animal Kingdom, what is it called? Wilderness Lodge?
Yeah, and the Animal Kingdom one.
Yeah, there's a monkey with 2 baby monkeys on its back. Oh my gosh. Also an armadillo just running around. Look at him go! Look at that speedy little armadillo. This is another ride based on a Julia Donaldson book, Room on the Broom. We're probably not going to do this one, but I just want to show you this building because it always reminds me of Chessington, makes me nostalgic. I don't know who this creepy person is. Just noticed you, that's haunting. That's a sleep paralysis demon if ever I saw one. That's going to traumatize a child. Huge news. Found a pig on my birthday. My favorite animal in the whole world. He's got his little tusks. There's another one that's gone into the house over there. Look at the little pig. There's goats hanging about as well. Sounded like a rooster. Hello, little piggy. I love you. This is a haircut on this rabbit. Look at that. That's funky. The vampire ride has been down, but it's back open with a 15-minute queue. It's probably going to be more by the time we get to it, but this is why you get the app. You get the app because it tells you these things remotely and allows you to plan, or in my case, over-plan your day. Listen, every theme park experience needs someone like me to check on these details and worry about getting everything done making sure we have organised, structured and verifiable fun. Okay, look how happy we all look on these ride photos from the vampire. That was great! That was great. Shaun, did you have a nice time? Shaun is recovering. That was great because it was not dizzying, it did not spin you, it does not go upside down, it is just speed and the feeling that you are flying, and that is the kind of adrenaline roller coaster situation that I like, that I enjoy. I had a lot of time for that. It didn't bash your head around, it wasn't jolty, I didn't think I was about to vomit. It's all good. Good all round. It was a long queue. We ended up queuing for like 40 minutes because they were showing 15 for a little bit and everyone was running in while it was 15, so I was like, this is not going to be 15. But we got told during the queue it was 70 for the people at the end, so still a success. Oh, I remember the inside of this restaurant. I have distinct memories of this. For the longest time I thought this restaurant was somewhere in Disneyland, but it's here. It's been here the whole time. Ah, that makes more sense. We are going to go look at Jumanji. I don't know if we're going to do any of the Jumanji rides because one of them is very intense and all of them have quite decent queue times. But we want to go look at the theming and the rides in any case. That's Dragon's Fury. You go round, but you also spin in your little, it's like a spinning teacup that's also on a roller coaster. Hell, who came up with that?
I love that.
What supervillain? Don't you encourage them?
That's Crush's Coaster.
It is Crush's Coaster.
That's what Crush's Coaster is. Crush's Coaster is an indoor version.
This is Jumanji.
Welcome to Jumanji.
They've got a
I'm
little
so glad
guide.
you returned. I've been so anxious for your arrival.
Have you? Yeah, so there's 3 rides here from what we can tell.
Remember, heroes, the goal for you are
The big green coaster track going around the outside is Mandrill something. Mandrill Mayhem, says Aeron James. This one is Ostrich Fury? Think of it like the Flying Dumbos if they had absolutely zero chill. This is Mandrill Mayhem. They do have a single rider, that's helpful. Currently, apparently a 35-minute queue. I'm waiting to show you what happens to people when they get up to the top here, because you'll notice the track ends, which is never a good sign. It does on both sides, which implies you then start going, say it with me, backwards. Here they come, like Kylie Minogue, they are spinning around. As you can tell from the piercing screams, they're all having a lovely day. Up you go, up you go. See, if I was on the ride, I couldn't show you this. Really, I'm just doing my duty as a videographer here. See if we can capture the terror. This is the bit. This is the problem I have. I don't mind the backwards bit. That's okay. The problem I have is what you're about to see. My issue is this. That's my concern. You understand. This is the other ride over here, Samba Strike. It's one of those old fairground style rides where you're all going to sit in a row and then it's going to go up and down, all around. One of those. I've seen too many nearly gone wrong videos on the internet, as Shaun said earlier, to trust my life.
You're a bit bolted down.
I was going to say, I feel better about this one than the ones at the temporary fairgrounds.
And that's the reason why.
As we did yesterday, we do have to head off at about 4:30ish to go make our way into central London to go and see a West End show. This evening we're seeing Next to Normal. Not much of a link between Chessington World of Adventures and the Pulitzer Prize winning musical Next to Normal, currently playing at the Wyndham Theatre, except for, as Aeron pointed out when I suggested doing the two together, Next to Normal is something of a roller coaster. And that is the most tangible connection we can think of. But it means we have time for 1 or 2 more things now. And, you know, I am a lot of fun as a human. I think we should go do the tuk-tuk bumper car ride. I think that's good vibes. That doesn't make you feel like you're nearing death. This is Wild Asia, but it used to be Beano Land. I remember when this was all Beano Land. But Chessington World of Adventures is now very like adventure themed, very like different parts of the world, very animal focused.
It's like they're cobras.
They do. They love a big snake. Bumper cars, great fun. Great fun. That was amazing. I think I did a very good job of driving. Should I learn how to drive? I have a lifelong skill of being quite adept at the bumper cars, but I don't think that the motivations that come over me when I'm in the bumper cars are things that I should take onto the roads as a legitimate driver. So maybe that's the wrong takeaway from that experience. I had fun. We've only just discovered it on our way out, but this is where Seatopia is performed, happens. I don't know, it's a stage area, there's seating, there's 3 shows a day. I don't know what Seatopia is, we did not find out. Once again, leaving the theme park at 4:30, which seems to give us comfortably enough time to get to London, hopefully for like 6:30, which will give us an hour before the show, and that's like right in the neighbourhood of the show, in the vicinity of the Wyndham's Theatre in Leicester Square as well, which is good. There are 2 buses from here that run towards Kingston. You can go to there and get trains into London, or you can walk or take a bus 20 minutes to Chessington South is another station. I think they have rail replacement buses today, so today we're going to take a bus to Kingston and then get the train to Waterloo. We have arrived in Kingston amidst considerable walking traffic. Oh my goodness. We are just going from the bus to the train, which will take us to London, Waterloo, whereupon I guess we'll jump on the Northern Line to head up to Leicester Square. Perhaps if we have time we'll walk. We'll see how we feel. It's been a lot of the day on our feet. I have begun to become sleepy on that train. I'm going to try and have a tactical nap I don't mean train, I mean bus. On that bus, I'm going to try and have a tactical nap on the train into London because, once again, don't want to be sleepy during the show. And we did all of this yesterday. You may be seeing these vlogs a week apart, but this is 2 days in a row for us. The original plan was to do 3 days in a row and do Thorpe Park and Starlight Express tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to do that because it begins to feel slightly more like a punishment than a party at that point.
And like, are we going to do because of how like you and Shaun were feeling, or like how you all were feeling?
I've been going roller coaster light today and yesterday, and Thorpe Park is very roller coaster heavy.
I don't think there's enough rides.
I like its water rides, but I don't know if that's that
As
enough.
we found out today though, the water parks in Chessington World.
No. Very good point. A very good point. Aeron was just saying to me the reason he's wearing his Kimberley Akimbo hooded sweatshirt is because references to theme parks in Kimberley Akimbo, and also, the song Great Adventure is also a reference to a theme park, and Chessington World of Adventures. Yeah. So, I know, it was a very good reference that I appreciated. I am wearing lavender and lavender Suffs t-shirt as well, somewhere, there you go, and next to normal socks, because the artwork for this production of Next to Normal is purple, and I was wearing all yellow yesterday and I liked wearing a block colour. Here we are, we have arrived at the station. Thank you for chatting to me as I walked through town. Kingston you may travel to theatrically for the Rose Theatre. I saw the Six tour there for the very first time years ago, and I've seen a couple of the things at that venue. It is technically in London, but it's outer London. It is southwest London Surrey border. 6:20 and we have arrived at London Waterloo Station, which is a great station to arrive into for a lot of theatres, actually, particularly perfect for anything at the Old Vic, the Young Vic, the National Theatre, South Bank Centre. I'm just listing theatres at this point. County Hall, Southwark Playhouse, Kit Kat Club, Charing Cross, and then just across the Thames, continuing on from those into the West End. Took us just under 2 hours to get here from Chessington. I think it may be faster on days when a direct train is running. And as I said in yesterday's video that you may have seen last weekend, you could leave a little bit earlier, give yourself more time for dinner, have more of a break between the two. You don't have to spend the whole day at the theme park. If you want to spend more time at the theme park, Chessington was open until 6 today. You could leave a little bit later. I don't think you could stay at Chessington until 6 and make a 7:30 curtain though. That may be playing with fire. Unless you have a car, or a private plane, or a helicopter, or a horse. How fast does the horse travel these days? You know what, I think it's more about the pathways being open to the horse. I've considered this too much. I need to go through a turnstile. Excuse me. Shout out to the lovely young person we just took a selfie with who was holding a Moomin. I love the Moomins. who was very nice. Lovely to meet you, and you've woken us up after our sleepy train journey into London with your kindness and your kind words. Today is September 7th outside Waterloo Station, so that was you. Thank you so much. We are now walking over, oh, it's gotten very loud for you, I expect, walking over towards the Wyndhams. We have decided to walk over, because it's not far, it's only about a 20-minute walk from Waterloo over towards where the Wyndham's Theatre is, by Leicester Square. It would also be a very quick tube journey up if you were tighter on time than we are, but we thought we needed the fresh air to wake us up. We were all falling asleep on the train. I literally was asleep on that train.
For a very long time.
I was asleep for a very long time. Good for me. I think I fell asleep on my hands because my face hurts. Because it's a Saturday, we also have the South Bank Centre Food Market. This was not what we were planning to eat, mostly because we'd forgotten about it, but love this food market. Aeron and I can both highly recommend. Great options for it. Look, he's nodding for you. There you go. I've had several of these before. They are delicious. And we arrive at... What bridge is this? That's Waterloo Bridge. Is this the Hungerford Bridge? We arrive at the Hungerford Bridge, taking us across the Thames. On the other side of this bridge you'll find the Charing Cross Theatre, Charing Cross Station, the Kit Kat Club at the Playhouse Theatre. This is the Thames, everybody. National Theatre just further down the river. Keep going, you'll find the Globe. Keep going, you'll find the bridge. Keep going. Why are you still going? Where are you going? Come back. We're heading towards the Wyndhams. And if you can't tell, delirium has begun.
Do you think we're going to cry tonight?
I don't know, because I would not have said I was going to cry yesterday at Mincemeat, and I did. I cried once more at Dear Bill. I mean, it's a different... We have a different family this evening, because we have each of us seen the full cast of this production, and the central quartet of family, that is to say Casey Lever, Jamie Parker, Eleanor Worthington Cox, and Jack Wolfe. Terrific before that they are. And we also were very lucky we got to go see the understudy run, where we saw a completely different family unit. But tonight we have a hybrid of the two, because Jake Reynolds and Lizzie Parker are on for Gabe and Natalie respectively. I think Casey Levy is on.
I believe so. I've not seen any different.
We'll find out on arrival to the theatre. Part of the reason why maybe that at the very start of next week, so in 2 days' time, they are going to be spending a few days filming the show professionally. We don't know what for or when it will be available, but we know it is being filmed over a few performances, which is very exciting because...
I imagine they want to be on their best.
Yeah. And when we're all enjoying that pro shot, we will be glad of that. Pausing adjacent to Charing Cross Station to grab food en route to the theatre. Just a little snacky option, just a little something. I find that after these long theme park days, A, we have a bigger meal in the middle of the day, a large lunch, and B, I don't know, it just makes me so tired. I feel like the tiredness overtakes the hunger. Anyway, we're grabbing something from Bunsik, getting ourselves some Korean street food, corn dogs, half beef hot dog, half cheese, with ketchup, with mustard, with mayonnaise. I'm excited about it. My default in life is always full dinner, pre-theatre. But sometimes when we meet up with Shaun, we will end up grabbing stuff afterwards, maybe something sweet and desserty for the train. But I'm curious because I know a lot of people, I think more so in New York maybe, a lot of people have dinner after a show. Like they will routinely go to the theatre and then expect to eat afterwards. And here that's not so possible. You've probably heard me say this a million times, but the restaurants, the bars, a lot of places close 10 p.m, 11 p.m. in London, making it very difficult to go out after the theatre. So I'm curious, people in the comments section, are you eat before the theatre or eat after the theatre type people? This is actually a great street for that kind of a snacky dinner option. Not the healthiest necessarily, but you could grab something from Five Guys, even if just a drink or a milkshake from Five Guys. Aeron loves this gluten-free inclusive fish and chip place here. We love a donut time, of course. Bunsik has many options beyond the corn dog. Lots of lovely things there. Never been to this place. My American friends love a British pret-a-manger because there is more choice. And I love some of their hot food lunch options. And I love a Thunderbird fried chicken very, very much. And from Bunsik, here it is. Here it is. I feel like my camera's making this look very small. Don't be fooled when I say it's my human leg for comparison. When I say little snack, this is substantial. This is still quite hearty. So this is still going to fill me up. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about my nutrition. Cry not for me, Argentina. Heading up towards the Wyndham's Theatre on St Martin's Lane. We see, well, the Wyndham's is not on St Martin's Lane. We're on St Martin's Lane, but you see a very different theatrical neighbourhood to the one we saw just a few weeks ago. Very much changed. Down at the Coliseum, Spirited Away no longer running. The hit of the summer, another winning Studio Ghibli stage adaptation. Behind me at the Duke of York's, Romeo and Juliet with Tom Holland has closed, and Shifters, transferred from the Bush Theatre, has opened. That is a one-act, two-hander romantic comedy play. And Next to Normal still at the Wyndham's for a couple more weeks, closing on September 21st. See it while you can, unless of course you're seeing this on September 21st, in which case that's very unhelpful information and I'm sorry. And if for any reason you didn't believe me, there it is, confirmed by the theatre itself. Must end 21st of September. Here we see the familiar purple of Next to Normal. Does my hat and jumper at all match? Close. Close. And this is a show about women. Last time I saw this, I wore the mother hat from Mother Play.
Yeah, it's a show about mothers.
It is.
Mothers.
It is. Mothers. This is the artwork for this production that's come under a little bit of fire for maybe kind of, I don't know, misrepresenting the tone of the show. It's a difficult one to market, as we saw with Dear Evan Hansen in the West End, which played just over there at the Noel Coward Theatre. Harder for them to sell the show post-pandemic, when people didn't want hard-hitting mental health, turbulent themes. People wanted uplifting. So, you know, they try and go for like creative, inspirational, and also drugs just in the mix there.
I will say, no one really had a massive problem with the Donmar artwork.
No, the Donmar was just Casey Levy and blue. I'm fascinated by the fact they always use this pointillism effect here. They used that in the original Broadway set design, and here it is back. That purple colour was also in the original Broadway set design, and this, I believe, was taken straight out of a Bob Dylan record.
Heavily
Album
inspired.
artwork, so, you know, there's a lot of inspiration going on in the artwork here. And as we had reason to believe, it is the principal cast, joined by Stand By Children, Lizzie Parker and Jake Reynolds as Natalie and Gabe. I have just grabbed 2 double gin and lemonades for Aeron and I, to both refresh us and keep us awake during the show. You can find this lovely Stalls bar directly beneath the foyer entrance, down some further stairs, down here. It's a lovely space. Come and see it for yourselves. Of course, you can buy many different beverages, and they have an ice cream menu as well, with like 7 or 8 different ice cream flavours. En route to that downstairs bar is where you will find the merchandise booth. Let me just show you the prices of everything there. We have t-shirts, pullovers, socks, brochures, scripts, magnets, pins, pens, mugs, and tote bags. Some of them featuring the Next to Normal poster design there, and also, there you go, tote bags, t-shirts, mugs, a nice I Miss the Mountains pullover, and socks that, believe it or not, I am wearing today. Look at that. Forever on brand. One of my favourite things about any theatre is the history and seeing posters from old productions. So Sunday in the Park with George, when it was revived at the Menier, transferred here with Daniel Evans and Jenna Russell before it went to Broadway. The History Boys was here for a strictly limited season. There you go. Art was here. Production of the play Art, produced by David Pugh. But what have we seen at the Wyndham's Theatre, I hear you ask? Aeron James, how about you? I bet, this is a weird thing to brag about, I bet I've seen more different shows at the Wyndham's than you have, because I've been here loads.
The first show I saw here was Avenue Q.
Oh,
So I might tell you.
that was before I saw anything here.
Yeah, because I did for When You Give Money down the aisles of this.
Cute, cute. And what little aisle space we have in this theatre. We both saw Life of Pi.
I feel like most of my other times here have been with you. So I feel like I've been in the Noel Coward a lot more than I've been at the Wyndham's.
Sure, which is just over there. I've seen, we both saw Life of Pi here multiple times. I've seen
Oklahoma.
both saw Oklahoma here. I saw a play with Stephen Merchant in, the name of which escapes me, but he was going steadily insane. I saw
I keep nearly saying things and then I'm like, that was no carrots.
I saw Videy versus Rooney here.
Quiz was in no carrot.
I saw Long Day's Journey into Night. No quiz was Noel Coward. And this is the view from my face. We are in... I don't even know what row we're in. What row are we in? We're in J. There you go. J9, I think is where I am sat. This is the view of the stage. I would advise you to go this far back in the stalls unless you want the super close-up of actor faces, because we can just about see the floor. And if you know for this production, then you know. I will issue no further spoilers. This is the beautiful Wyndham's Theatre. The show is about to start. I'll tell you more about it in the interval. As promised, we are back in the interval. So this is the beautiful Wyndham's Theatre. Aeron was remarking earlier how for such a grand theatre, a very small chandelier, and we were wondering if that's because of the sightlines from the upper level. First time I came to this theatre, it was to see Driving Miss Daisy. I sat all the way at the back of the top. And since I have sat in many different sections, I have stood on the stage and interviewed Casey and Eleanor as part of an event for Next to Normal. Previously. At that same event, the director Michael Longhurst talked about the set representing a brain and those different sections at the top representing different parts of the brain, which I thought was fascinating. And I try and unpick that a little bit more every time I see the show and I see the choices they make about specific parts. You'll notice a slightly different stage setup for the start of Act 2. If you didn't know anything about the plot of this show, that gives you some sort of an indication of the themes. I won't tell you anything more. It has to be seen for itself. It really is a remarkable piece of theatre. I'm enjoying it very much. It's an unusual way to spend a birthday, I grant you, but I do think right now it's the best show in town, and that is what I like to see on my birthday. So behind the Wyndham's Theatre, in Theatre Alley, kind of like Schubert Alley in New York, but for London, you will find the stage doors for both the Wyndham's Theatre, on the left here, and the Noel Coward Theatre on the right, where Slave Play is currently playing, where Kit Harington is literally chatting to fans, going down the line, giving out hugs, signing things, being a nice chap in a flat cap. Very British. This, by the way, is what the front of the Wyndham's Theatre looks like. Neglected to show you this before, but it is all purple and screenified for Next to Normal here at the Wyndham's for a few more weeks. I'm not ready to see it go, although it's being replaced by Oedipus. I say being replaced. The next show coming in here is Oedipus, which if you know the plot of Next to Normal, I also think is very funny, because the show before it was Long Day's Journey into Night, and that tickles my brain thematically. Anyway, we're going to get some ice cream now, because across from the Wyndham's you will find Cold Stone Creamery, American ice cream chain. Come to London and we're going to put some in our face. All these ice cream flavors combined with toppings and sauces to give you all of these different combinations and more. And the real show is how it gets made. It's so cool. Have you ever seen ice cream being made like this? You have, if you've come to Cold Stone Creamery. Aeron went for chocolate and peanut butter. If you know him, this is not a surprise. Shaun's hitting the mint choc chip in celebration of the upcoming Wicked movie, I'm assuming. And I got the Celebration Remix by virtue of the sprinkles, I think. It's got brownie chunks, it's got cheesecake flavour ice cream, because if I didn't mention, it's my literal birthday today. Getting ice cream post next to normal is self-care, and we stand by this decision. So that is how I spent my actual birthday. Like what you just saw, that was the day of my birthday. Honestly, had a great time. I met the Gruffalo, and then like 3 hours later, I was seeing next to normal. Like, A, I don't think anyone has ever done that combination of things before. Let me know in the comment section if you have. But B, I think that summarizes me nicely as a person. And yeah. Happy to have seen Next Normal on my birthday. Next Normal is closing today as I sit here and film this on the day that you will be seeing this video for the first time, which is devastating, but I'm glad to have had the chance to see it multiple times while it was in London. It was a brilliant production. It was a fantastic cast. And I did very much enjoy Chessington World of Adventures. I feel like we got more done at Legoland, and there was also more non-roller coaster based stuff. I don't dislike roller coasters. Like, I loved the vampire ride. It's just the spinning. I'm reaching the age where I just can't deal with the spinning. But otherwise, had a lovely time. Had a lovely day. Would go back to both Legoland and Chessington World of Adventures. Can recommend. And we were planning to do a third day. We were going to do Thorpe Park into Starlight Express because that just makes sense. But, we were very sleep deprived. It was very early starts and very late finishes for both of those days to do, like, getting to a theme park for opening and going to a West End show afterwards. That's the thing. Completely doable. I don't know if I would advise doing them back to back one day after the next. That felt like a little bit of a foolish decision. But anyway, thank you for spending my birthday with me vicariously through this video. Make sure to subscribe. Go find me and Aeron on all the social platforms if you haven't already. Comment down below with your own Chessington and Next to Normal experiences, or if there's any fun combinations of things you'd like to see us vlog in the UK or around the world next. And also, if you didn't know, I'm doing a live show tomorrow, Sunday the 22nd of September at 7:30 p.m. UK time at the Phoenix Arts Club in London. There are still tickets. You can come along. I have some very exciting guests. You can find out more info about it on my Instagram or at the Phoenix Arts Club website. There will be a link in the description of this video. If you're not in London, you can live stream it from anywhere around the world. I promise we're going to have a lovely time. And thank you again for watching this video. I hope that everyone is staying safe and that you have a stagey day.
For 10 more seconds, I'm MickeyJoTheatre. Oh my god, hey, thanks for watching, have a stagey day. Subscribe!